Tuesday, June 28th is primary election day in New York, and with me is the Democratic candidate in the primary for the 19th Congressional District, Zephyr Teachout. Thank you for making the time. We appreciate it.
I'm thrilled to be on, again.
Yes. So, for some of the viewers who may not know some of your background, please give us a little bit of history on yourself leading up to what motivated you to run for Congress.
I grew up in a rural area in a farming community. After college, I was a special ed teacher's aide in a small rural town. And then I went to law school. And then since law school, I teach law, but I've also been really involved in grassroots organizing, raising up people's voices. And I'm proud to say that I have a history of being involved in some really tough fights and winning those fights. Mm-hmm. A couple of years ago, I was really proud to work with the great fractivists and stand up for a fracking ban in New York State. We got that fracking ban in New York State because parents and community members told their own stories. And it's a really historic environmental victory, and I'm really proud to have been part of that. I've stood up against big cable, fighting for network neutrality, open internet, but also universal, affordable internet. And we got network neutrality, and we stopped the Comcast-Time Warner merger, sort of like the fracking ban, because of local communities coming together saying, this is what we want, this is what matters to us locally. So I'm running for Congress to bring people's voices to Congress and win the really tough fights that are facing us right now.
And so it sounds like from your background, you identify with a solid majority of the 19th district because they are also, there's a lot of rural areas in this district.
Yeah. It's a beautiful rural district with a lot of differences, but a shared, there's a shared rural heritage and also a shared crisis, which is in different areas we've had different economic strongholds, and the rug's really been pulled out of under folks. Like IBM's loss is still felt, or the loss of the hotel industry in Sullivan County. There's really exciting bright points, but we've been through a lot.
Now you've traveled throughout this district, and it's a huge district.
I put 18,000 miles on my car in the last, close to 18 in the last, since January.
Most people do that in a year.
Yes, I've never done it this quickly.
As you've traveled throughout the district and you've met the people in the district, listened to their concerns, where do you see the most common in the priorities for the people in the 19th?
You know, the most common thing I hear is that people are looking for an economy where their kids can move back and have a good job. And a secure job with decent benefits, and they can be part of the community. That's the thing I hear everywhere. There's exciting things happening in Ulster, Dutchess, but there's still a real fundamental problem of growing inequality and not enough good jobs. So even the people I talk to who have jobs, I was talking to a bartender at Omegang. It's his third job. He's a vet. He's raising his daughter. That's pretty tough to be 3 jobs with no benefits and a daughter. And he had medical issues, so he has to go to Albany for the closest VA. Mm-hmm. So all these things are connected, but the core of it is good jobs. And what I see is who's in the way of good jobs. Everybody wants good jobs. That's not a controversial issue. So who is blocking us in this area from moving forward? There's a handful of lobbyists and big companies that hire lobbyists in Washington, D.C. that are just sucking wealth out of our economy so they can get tax breaks, so they can offshore jobs. I think we should be making more things here. I think we should be supporting more local agriculture and more mid-scale agriculture.
So that's what you're going to take to Washington as you determine your priorities. Yeah. On a national level and how it draws back to the 19th district.
I don't think it's a big secret, but Washington and Congress is corrupt and gridlocked and broken. It's a mess. So I'm going to shake things up, to bring people's voices in, to tell the stories of the people who are looking for jobs and working hard but don't have quite what they deserve. And I trust people. We got a problem in Washington. We got to bring people back in.
Thank you very much for taking the time to talk with us today. And I want to remind our viewers that Tuesday, June 28th is primary election day. If you are a Democrat in the 19th district, make sure you get out and vote.
You know what? I want to say something to the voters out there, people who are on the fence. Yes. Remember how good it feels to vote. There's something really special about that ritual of going in and saying, I have power, and I'm gonna say my piece in this moment. I know you've got busy days, but please come out and vote on June 28th.